When it comes to travel photography, there is a particular type of lens that I love using, and I will not travel without it. Hey, what's up guys, Denny Films here, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite telephoto lens on the Fuji X Mount. This is the 50-200 variable aperture lens. When it comes to travel photography, it makes sense to gravitate towards a smaller setup, which I usually try to do, but there's one lens that I make an exception for, and it's my telephoto lens, the Fuji 55-200 variable aperture lens. When converted to full frame, this lens is an 82-300 millimeter lens, and what I love the most about this lens is its lightweight and form factor. For a telephoto lens, this is a pretty light and compact lens. It's reasonable to travel with, and it has a lot to offer. And my favorite look is the lens compression look. This is where the foreground and background appears closer than they are in reality, and this is due to camera to subject to background distance and some optics magic that I don't have the capacity to explain in this video. For the range that this lens has to offer, it comes in a pretty compact form compared to other tele lens. 300mm is the most you're going to need generally if you remove wildlife out of the equation. When I'm packing for travel trips, I'm usually bringing my 23mm, my 33mm for portraits, and the 55-200mm tele lens. These three focal lengths will cover most scenarios. On some trips where I have some extra space, I would also bring my 16mm, and this would come in handy for tight situations. The tele lens shine the most during hiking trips. When it comes to the landscape photography, this lens puts things into perspective and magnifies the subject, isolating them, creating an intimate touch. My approach to landscape photography isn't to show the same view that everyone else is seeing. If you're taking a photo of a mountain using a wide-angle lens, it's pretty much the same view that everyone else sees. But with a telephoto lens, it takes things out of context a bit, makes it grand, and shows a unique perspective. That's what I love about it. I brought this lens with me to Italy this past summer. Some of my favorite shots were with this lens, from mountain ranges in the Dolomites to beautiful cityscapes of Florence. This lens has versatility and range, and I absolutely love that compression look. It works so well for travel photography. It's the perfect lens to isolate your subject and explore creativity with your environment. Not only is this lens ideal in weight and size, but it's extremely sharp too. I was really impressed with the results. The sharpness that comes out of this lens is superb. Now, where this lens falls short is its f-stop. This uses a variable f-stop, meaning the aperture changes as you zoom in and out. At the lowest focal length, which is 55mm, this lens can shoot at f3.5, and at its longest focal length, it can shoot at f4.8. f4.8 is pretty good for a tele lens. If you're using this as a travel lens, it's perfectly fine. You want a higher aperture if you're capturing landscape, buildings, and such anyways for sharpness. But if you're looking to use this lens as a portrait lens, you're not going to get the optimal performance that you're looking for. That is the compromise of this lens. You can still achieve great portrait shots with this lens at higher focal lengths, but there are better options out there for portraits and weddings, such as the 50-140mm f2.8. This lens is a beast, and the lower aperture is nice to have for low light settings, and you can get that nice, soft, and dreamy look. But then that lens is larger and lacks in range compared to the 55-200mm. You have to realize that there are compromises in photography, and you just have to make the decisions that best suit your type of work. Well, that's all I have for you guys in this video. I wanted it to be short. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you want to see more content like this. And until then, as always, I'll see you in the next one.